Hi, this is Randy. Dry season, 7 reasons to consider being celibate. February 16th, 2012, by Erica Williams. These days, sex is glorified, possibly even over-glorified. Despite the lack of marriages or even committed relationships, the act of getting it on hasn't shown any signs of decreasing. The excitement around sex is in some cases better than the actual act for some, but still sex before marriage or even without a committed relationship has become the norm. So the lack thereof has in fact become the opposite. After all, how many rappers and singers do you know that are singing about not having sex? Instead, we're bombarded with recycled lyrics of why we should be engaging in sexual activity, coupled with false images of how wonderful these activities will be. And while this is not to contest the enjoyable feelings that can accompany sex, many times we forget the other side of it. And it's not always so exciting. There's not a lot of dialogue regarding celibacy outside of religion, but besides religious beliefs, there are many reasons why celibacy can prove to be beneficial for some. For those who can't imagine a life without sex temporarily, consider these few points great reasons to try a period of celibacy. Less health issues to worry about. As if we don't already have enough to worry about when it comes to our health, having sex adds another set of its own health issues, sometimes even while using protection. When you don't have sex, you have less health issues to worry about, specifically sexually transmitted diseases. And with the increasing spread of AIDS, your lack of sex can save your life. More emotional stability. Let's face it, sex can misconstrue your feelings. Because it's such an intimate act, it can automatically connect you to someone whether you want it or not. While there are a handful of women who claim they can have sex with no emotional ties, there are the majority of women who usually have sex because of emotion, not the lack of it. Celibacy allows you to make better, more stable decisions. And the extra emotion fueled by sexual desires. Because it's empowering. Even though almost everyone is doing it, there's something empowering about taking control over your body and deciding to abstain from sex. It can easily be argued that humans are sexual creatures, but while there is nothing wrong with sex, there is something wrong with having it irresponsibly. And yes, even adults can have irresponsible sex. It's empowering to refrain from something that affects your life tremendously. It's also a domino effect. In turn, you gain confidence in many other areas of your life. More time to focus on you. While practicing celibacy, you have more time to focus on your life without sex. Yes, there is life without sex. Instead, you can focus wholeheartedly on yourself without the sometimes confusing feelings that can be accompanied by sex without love or commitment. You can figure out what you want, when you want it, and how you want both in your relationships and life in general. You really get to know the person you're dating. In some instances, celibacy means refraining from all romantic relationships, even those that are sexless. But for those who continue to date without having sex, celibacy can prove to be beneficial. Sex can prevent two people from really getting to know each other. Instead of talking, some people choose to move their conversations into the bedroom. A relationship based on and around sex is formed, and talking and really getting to know the person takes a back seat. While being celibate, you have no other option but to exercise those non-sexual ways to get to know your mate. Maybe he will wait, maybe he won't, but at least you'll know who you're dealing with. And finally, it allows you a fresh start. Celibacy allows you to start fresh. It's almost like cleansing. Whether you've had sex with one person or 100 people, refraining from sex allows you to slow down, make smarter choices about who you lock loins with in the future, and to cleanse your mind. Of course, there is no such thing as becoming a virgin again. Once you've given it up, you've also forfeited the title forever. Still, there is such a thing as becoming celibate and starting fresh and anew. Happy New Year, and thanks for listening.